Why does this girl take off her underwear? This mother, this older woman, take off her underwear, spread her lips. Oh, her lips, her kitty lips. Okay, let's be cute. Her kitty lips, and flicked her bean. Talking about
she did.
She flicked her bean.
All up on there.
She literally was like.
It could have been blurred, but
it was blurred.
It was not enough because it was just so.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of The Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again, y'all. And yes, we are long overdue. We are back with your Baddies recap. We're going to be recapping episodes 1 to 3 all in here. So we'll be up to date for you guys, all right?
Yes, yes. But for those of you who are new, hello, welcome. We are the Petty Headquarters podcast. We cover things like reality TV, internet culture, celebrity culture,
celebrity drama,
yeah,
okay.
And baddies, of course.
Right.
And so shout out to the Petty Posse. Thank you guys for always coming back. The Petty Crash Outs. And yeah, let's just get into it.
Let us get into it. This week's dose of mess, y'all. So I just want to start off. We're gonna start this off pretty strong.
Are we?
We're gonna start this off strong.
Oh
so far,
okay.
Chapter 2 of Baddies USA is absolute trash.
Wow, you really started.
Absolute trash.
Oh my God.
Garbaggio.
Oh my God.
You know it's trash.
You said basura?
Basura. It's fucking trash, yo.
All right, so I mean, yeah.
Let's get into why we say it's trash.
Yeah, we've been keeping up with the show, okay, guys, and I mean, there's so much to say.
There's a lot to say.
There's so much to say. Let's start off with how I felt on the first episode.
Period.
So, just a little, I guess, heads up. How we're going to be doing this season is we will not be recapping scene by scene the way we have before.
Right.
And, I mean, if you've been watching the same season we have, I'm pretty sure you can understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into that later. Now, we will be giving our overall thoughts and kind of sharing kind of the messages and the overall, I guess, things we can grab from the episode.
Right.
And so after watching episode 1, one of the very first things I realized was how rushed this season felt.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, let's start off with the intro. The intro graphics.
Trash.
It was just, you could tell the graphics are just not cute. They're not good. It felt blurry. It's
super
desaturated.
Yep.
It doesn't feel on theme.
Yep.
I don't know. It feels rushed. It feels kind of crazy. And then like the editing too. I hate to say it, but it just feels just all over the place. The transitions, you can tell. I can see the masking of certain transitions. I can see certain on episode 3, for example. And I'm sorry, this is an editor's perspective, but I can't help it. And this is the things I pay attention to. So there was a scene, literally a quick second, where it was like a scene that was super saturated and vivid. And then on the next scene, it was flat. And you can tell they forgot to color correct it.
Yep.
You know, and it was just so quick. You could have easily missed it if you're not an editor. But I'm just like, it continues to feed the idea that this season was very rushed.
Super rushed. So we got the intro graphics. It was trash. Then we starting off from jump, right? We see clearly there's a separation of all of the girls, right? You got the Now That Zeus girls, you got the Jolson's Cabaret girls, you got Baddies Going Wild, and then on top of that, you got Baddies, the main Baddies girls on the Baddies show.
Yeah.
So it's like you have 4 shows running and you know, putting all together, squeezing into one show.
Correct.
So now Natalie has different captains for each group, so to speak, right? Which to me just, okay, right? You got Bahati for Baddies Gone Wild. You got Showgirl Nick for Dawson's Cabaret Girls. You got DTB for the Now That's TV girls. You got Killa for the trios.
Yeah.
Right.
The trios is a group now.
Baddies is the trios, right? So
And
the fuck?
I guess the trios, the baddies, but then also without the baddies, there's the, I don't fucking,
It
you
don't
see
make
what I'm
no
saying?
sense, yo. But it's all over the place, and this is why it's like extremely hard to follow because now you've got everything separated into so many different scenes where we're not following one storyline. It's like we're following 4 different shows into one show.
And that was what I was telling you after watching episode 3, that's kind of, Tiana can keep up with it because she's watched Baddies Gone Wild. You've watched the Cabaret Girls.
Right.
I must have watched half a season of one Cabaret season.
Right.
And I never watched Baddies Gone Wild. So to me, I'm seeing these girls for the first time. And I've never, like, it's hard for me to keep up because all these beefs that they have are coming from the show that they were on before. So it's like hard to keep up, especially for someone that doesn't know these girls. Like, they talk about these beefs and I'm just like, I mean, well, I don't know it. So what does that say for the people that don't keep up with it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. But then you also have a lot of the beefs stemming from online shit. From curated beefs online, like, and it's so interesting because obviously in episode 2 or episode 1, at some point, Dolly literally says to Summer, you went from baddie to a blogger, but like all you bitches is bloggers because all y'all do is talk shit about each other online. Like, can we save the shit for the show?
Like up until, episode 1, 2, and 3, there's still no organic beef on the show because we're still talking about stuff that was said online and this one had Twitter fingers and this one went on the T pages.
Someone didn't have someone's back. Like Kay Rican clearly was upset with Fauna and
she
Coachella.
went online to talk about it's like, what about somebody who doesn't keep up with the beef? Right? Like, what does that say to the people that don't have that much time online and only watch the show based on the show? Like, before Baddies used to be for the reunion only, there would be a lot of the online beef. There were some curated shit online.
That's true,
but the reunion would be a lot of the online beef where they would bring the online beef and settle it there.
Like, like after the show you were talking shit. Now it's time to settle this at the reunion.
Right. Which was like kind of the format. But now it's just like everyone's coming in and just, oh, you said this online or you've been talking shit on Twitter. And, and I'm just like, bro, at least can you put the receipts? Because I can't keep up with this. Like, there's just so much. Not only do I have to keep up with the 4 different shows that I had no idea. Like,
well, technically
Amber,
3 different shows.
What is it? Amber and Wet and Egypt. They don't like
Egypt
each other.
And Kanaya.
Oh, Kanaya. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to keep up, but now there's like this one saying this online, and I'm like, well, can I at least get some fucking assistance?
So
like
some context?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's crazy.
But then this also goes back to what we literally were predicting based off of the trailer, right? That we were dead ass going to see the same storylines just regurgitated back at us because we obviously see Natalie and Scotty get their little sit down. And to be honest with you, we, including other people that watch the show, are very tired of this storyline. We've seen it multiple times. There hasn't really been much growth or any, what is this? What is this?
I will say though,
I'm tired of the conversation.
I agree. I'm definitely tired of the conversation. However, out of all the conversations they've ever had, I think this one was the most transparent. Okay. Where we can kind of get some context.
Now we know.
But I think how can you not?
But before, remember when they were beating around the bush talking about, it was over food, they argued in Caribbean. So it's like, again, there was no context there either, right? But they had to make some shit up. But now that it's like, now that everyone knows, now that it's out, cat's out the bag now.
Now that they have their own
face
shoe.
is not blurred no more.
Correct.
Right? Everybody knows that's your man, you're pregnant, that's, you guys have a baby together. I can freely say his name, Lemmy. I'm sure it must be so great, like casually to just be like, okay, now I can be open about this.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of the conversation.
I think, I mean, how many seasons has it been already? Right. Where it's like everyone's predicted it, everyone has seen it. So by the time you're giving us the truth, that boat has sailed. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's just so unnecessary. Like, why is Scotty sitting here with the baby? Oh my God. And then Natalie making fun of imitating her.
She said, yeah.
That was funny.
Right. I mean, like I said, like there have been some moments where it was cool. Like, even seeing Natalie behind the scenes with the music video, DTB and Coachella. But I'm not going to lie to you. This season's not hitting.
It's not.
This season's not hitting. You know why it's not hitting? I'm gonna get to the main point. There's no storyline. It's feeling like it's Fight Club, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's feeling like y'all want to be Now That's TV. It's feeling like Baddies has lost the plot. Baddies has become more about fighting than an actual storyline.
And a lot of people would argue, well, wasn't it always about fighting? And yes and no, because there were girls that would come in, yes, with the intention on fighting, but there would still be in the same house. They would still have, you would still see interactions between girls and like naturally form bonds with each other. But now it's just like when you see the last episode, when they're all in rehearsal and they all have their backs to the wall.
Shit show. Bitches was ski mask on. Mouth guards. Bitches was oiled up. I was like, what the fuck am I? Why a bunch of young niggas in this damn venue back up against the wall trying to watch they back?
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what that scene reminded me of?
Jail.
Mm-hmm.
Jail.
When you go to the cement ceiling walls in the backyard and all you got is the little square top to look at from the sun, if you're in that type of jail, but it's all concrete walls and everybody posted up with their back on the wall.
Posted up.
That's what jail is. That's literally what jail looks like. Telling you firsthand, baby. Like, I'm telling you that's what it looked like. Like, so when I saw that, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I get it, right? Because it's like, you gotta be on guard, but it's like Baddies was never like that. Like when you
was never that deep.
It was never that deep.
Oh my God. Then you got fucking DTB rehearsing, everybody fighting. You got Biggie rehearsing, everybody fighting. Like this was a shit show.
There was so much to keep up with that they had split screens. Of somebody performing, somebody fighting, the other one throwing something. Like I'm talking about 3 screens at once at some point where I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? And how are we supposed to do our job to recap this the way we normally would if this is the way the show is? I cannot sit here without losing brain cells telling you bit by bit how this one.
Who?
Yeah.
Because that's literally it.
It's great. That's all it was.
It was just all fights back to back to back to back to back.
Singing and fighting in the middle of it.
Yo, literally. And I'm like, yo, a lot of you bitches are really fighting for no fucking reason. And that goes back to the point that we were talking about, right? And I had made a story post about this. Baddies clearly rewards trolling behavior. Baddies clearly rewards fighting. Think about it. If there's a girl on the show that fights the most, you're rewarded. You're seen. You could potentially become fan favorite, right? So of course, if someone sees that, as well as the auditions, bitches attacking other cast members to get on the show, they see that and they're like, okay, well, that's what I got to do to keep my spot. That's what I got to do to be on Baddies. So now this is why I say Baddies at this point is focused a little too much on the fighting. And we don't have any more storytelling or organic curated beefs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like everything is made up through internet bullshit or people are fighting over dumb shit just because they want camera time. And that shit is not fucking cool. Like, I'm bored. I'm literally watching all these fucking episodes and I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I watching, bro? You got bitches putting mace on their hands. Persuasion put mace on her hands and was fighting E.T. E.T. got mace on her face and her eyes. She was crying. Then while crying, blanket his sweater over her face with the medic, security trying to escort her out. Amber sneaks her. It's like, this show is fucking insane. And listen, like you said, people would argue it wasn't always about fighting, right? Let's just take it back. So on Bad Girls Club, you were not rewarded for fighting. Actually, yes, if the fights happened, it was entertainment. However, because there was a rule, if you fight, you get sent home. That was the rule. So it kind of like allowed for different creative ways. Like, and I'm sure you said this before on a past show. We talked about this. It allowed for different creative ways to actually start shit organically in the house. Yeah. Even if it was funny, you know, it made for comedic times, it made for fucked up times, it made for like actual tension being built. Mm-hmm. That's the point of a story. Oh my God, the buildup.
Right.
The buildup. And then you have your blow up moment, right? That's the whole point. But now, even back in earlier Baddie seasons, it wasn't always, oh, you meet up and you fight. It wasn't always like that. Right. It was actually like because tension being
because they would be in the same house.
Right.
Where these girls are not even in the same house anymore. The only time they meet up all together is when you're in these big venues like the rehearsal.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you're separated with Natalie and Rolly, who are clearly the leads. You can tell Rolly's taking the lead when Natalie's not here.
Right.
And, you know, and then they start these mini conversations, but it doesn't feel organic at all, like you said. But also to go back to the Amber conversation, I will argue though that even though Amber snuck ET snuck Amber. So I feel like when it comes to sneaking, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Like, you snuck me, I'm gonna sneak you at your most vulnerable. Yeah. You know, so it's like, I can't even argue about that. However, the mace being on Persuasion's hand and after Persuasion literally hugging E.T. before that whole scene. And then you find out Persuasion's the one that had mace in her hand. Yeah. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy that this is, and just to go back to, I guess, like the organic tension. Right. Because the girls are not in the same household anymore, you again don't see a lot of that organic beef that is created when you're in the same house, right? You're only seeing, and this goes back to the same thing, they're only relaying it back to online shit. Yeah. But we're not online like that. So it just feels very empty. And like you said, now it's more focused on the fighting. Right. And it's kind of empty now. Like, Baddies has always been about fighting. Cool. I'm not, you know. But the difference is the format in which they had it. There was less girls and in the same house. Now you have 4 different shows in the same venue. There were so many girls that they literally had to split screen the fucking show. Do you understand how much had to be going on for them to split screen into 3? That's crazy to me. Like, to me, it's like, what am I watching, bro? Like, this shit is very, I don't know. And then girls are fighting for literally we're seeing the same girls fight again, like Tank and Coachella, Tavy, Fauna. Right, like, bro. I'm over it. The one thing I will say that was actually interesting to watch was Lex and Camilla. So that was crazy. And the way how security just let her through, I peeped that. Yeah. Security just let her through. And I was like, wow. Like, because they crazy. Lied to Camilla, obviously, just to get her on the show. Of course. Because they know Camilla doesn't want to be about that life. Right. But also, Camilla had been talking online a lot, especially on Twitter. But that's what she does. That's what got her on the show before. Right. Like, and she wanted the check. She needed the check. So I'm pretty sure that's why she was there. Because if she didn't need that, then she would not put herself in that environment. Right. So, you know, it was kind of crazy to see that situation too. And even throughout this whole chaotic rehearsal show, you can see Big Lex scouting the room, like trying to scope the scenery out, looking as if she's looking for someone. They were all like that though, because like I said, in that environment, it's you have to be on guard. And that's what the whole energy kind of gave. It was terrible. And I will not lie. Pressure, girl. Pack it up, babe. Yeah. Pack it up, babe. Pack it up, babe. It's like, it's so interesting because I think that Pressure, right? She was hyped up. Yeah. And I even thought she was going to be hyped because online she seemed kind of cool. And she is. Right. But I just feel like she thinks that because she's like the punching bag, that's going to make her a baddie, I think like it's the fact that she keeps saying it. The fact that she keeps saying it is what's making it awkward. Because it's like, you don't got to say that. Yeah. You don't got to say, yeah, make me the star, babe. Yeah. Make me the star, babe. It's like, girl, you're getting beat up and you are big as fuck. And it's not looking cute because it just feels like you're okay with being a punching bag. Right. So as long as you got camera time. Right. And it's like, I had more expectations for you, babe. Right. Like, yeah. I mean, listen. There were a few scenes that were pretty funny to me and pretty cool, but other than that, I felt like all episodes were just really dry, in my opinion. Like, for example, Wet, bro. Oh, that bitch was like... I couldn't believe my eyes. Stop. Let me explain it to those that are listening, okay? So Wet, Neek meets up with the Cabaret girls. Wet comes out being extra, talk about, yeah, I stay wet, whatever, right? Paris and London, yeah. So Egypt, Neek, they're there. Then, you know, they're talking about her situation with Amber. Then Amber comes out talking about Amber, because Wet, you have my name in your mouth.
Amber and Wet Wet start fighting. And then, after that, security breaks it up. Amber obviously beats Wet Wet up, right? Okay, cool. But why the fuck did Wet Wet start trolling? She started talking shit, talking about my shit still wet, my stuff, da-da-da. Why does this
girl
take
mother.
off her underwear? Yes,
Mother.
this mother, this older woman, take off her underwear, spread her lips. Oh, her pussy lips, her kitty lips. Okay, let's be cute. Her kitty lips, and flicked her bean. Talking about
she did.
She flicked her fucking bean.
All up on there.
She literally was like,
It could have been blurred, but
it was blurred.
it was not enough because it was just this bitch had her fucking.
Yeah.
I can't even say it. I'm
She
disgusted.
literally flicked her bean, and she was like, "This bitch done turned my shit inside out. She done hit the clit. She done hit the clit." I'm like, oh my gosh,
Bro, Wet Wet. I can always count on Wet Wet to be a comedic relief.
Yo,
man, 'cause
literally.
I was cringing a little bit on that one, but
Bro.
I couldn't believe it. I literally did a double take.
Gagged. I was gagged.
I was folding my clothes and
I was gagged.
I turned around and I said, "What the fuck?" All I see is this bitch fucking like
flicking the bean, girl.
flicking it. I can't imagine being there on set watching that bitch do that. Dirty ass bitch, yo.
Yo.
Dirty ass. Oh, yo, you just done sweated, put your hands in all types of shit. Got fucking glue all over your hands, I'm sure, because the wigs was off, everything was off, and you sitting there flicking your shit in front of everybody. Dirty girl, I don't give a fuck. You thought Smiley was dirty for putting her bare feet into the water?
Fucking dirty, yo.
Bitch, that shit is dirty.
This shit was beyond. Jesus. Nah, that shit was. So yeah, that was funny to me. I couldn't believe it. When Ivory came out of nowhere and kicked the shit out of Tavy. You saw that shit?
Yo.
That shit was mad random. I was like, how the fuck did your foot even reach that high?
Yo. I've been keeping it cute this season.
She has been keeping it cute.
And she look cute. I don't know.
That's why she keeping it cute. She got her body done. She yeah.
Speaking of body done, so at some point, right, K Rican comes and meets up with Killa and Fauna to talk about, the whole situation where
K Rican takes accountability.
Right, because she went online talking shit because she felt like they didn't have her back at the reunion. Boom, cool. But fuck all that. What I was really thought was interesting was Killa mentions how, at the reunion, I just got my boobs done and I had an infection.
Hole. Yeah, she said she had a hole in that bitch.
And I'm listening to this like this is what they don't tell you.
Yep.
When you go on their show, like these bitches keep it cute because they have to.
Yep.
Even Killa talking about how she couldn't see from her eye because she got rocked.
Yeah.
I forgot who hit her.
Tink
hit her really good and performed with half her blind eye. But it's like Killa's the type of girl, she will not tell you what she's going through and will show out and still show off, right? So from the point of view of an audience, it's glamorized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at these girls, they're making money, they're on stage, but you ain't know that until the show, that she was half blind and had an infection on her titty at the reunion, and you're fighting like no one could tell, which I admire the strength, but Jesus Christ, at what cost does these things happen? And it goes to show you again, it looks pretty from the outside, but a lot of these girls don't tell you a lot of the bullshit that they go through to look the part, to be the part, and to get that paycheck. And in my opinion, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I agree. And then that just brings me to a question, like, why does fighting on this show seem more valuable than actually having conversation, right? Because it's rewarded. It's rewarded. If you don't fight, you're seen as boring. You're seen as someone that doesn't stand out, right?
Right, like
but
Tasiki.
But the thing is, you can also be like Biggie. You can also be funny. You can also have a personality. Like, there's been so many people that have personalities on the show where they don't really need to fight. Like, you know what I mean? So,
and that's exactly why I said, like, for example, Tasiki, E.T., those two are in the same category as far as personalities. Actually, E.T.'s being a little bit more personable this time. But the season that I remember her in from the last time, both of them are very boring personalities. They don't have much to them other than fighting.
Right.
Okay. And that's why when Tasiki, even when she's fighting now, it just feels like you're being forced to do so because people are quote unquote calling you boring. But like fighting doesn't make you less boring. It's the personality.
But maybe on this platform, if you don't fight, you lose your job.
But
and that's another thing too. Like when there's money on the line, now of course these women are gonna be like, well, I gotta fight, so I keep my shit, I keep my position, I keep my job. The same way when the big three were together, they literally chanted, "No one's taking our job."
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah. I did want to talk about this scene with Daisy Dukes because I found that quite interesting. So I noticed throughout the last episode, on episode 3, everyone was fighting. It was all chaos. The mace happened. Cool. Even, what's that girl, TT or some shit like that from Baddies Gone Wild?
Yeah.
She attacked Persuasion because she had the mace and she thought it was wrong. That was the first time out of all that scene where I actually seen a Baddies Gone Wild girl actually do something. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then out of nowhere, Daisy Dukes comes and starts trying to mess with Rolly and like starts like trying to mess up the the rehearsals or whatever. And then, I don't know, security comes out of nowhere and breaks it up, takes her to the back. She throws something. All I know is this. You get a screen.
A disclaimer.
Just saying that a turn of events happened and this was the end of Daisy Duke's appearance.
Right, her journey.
On Baddies, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, what did Daisy Dukes do that was different than any of the other girls?
Right.
What did she do? Because she didn't even interrupt the rehearsals, for one. She didn't hit Rolly, for 2.
Right.
So I don't understand why she got kicked off the show. Now, a lot of people say that
she got kicked off the show. I thought she actually left.
No.
Because that's what they made it seem like, that she left the show.
Apparently, rumor has it that Rolly's the reason why she got kicked out.
Oh, boy.
Y'all gotta let me know what tea we're missing, because there is too much, like I said,
a lot
to keep up with. But I did hear from, I don't remember where, that Rolly has something to do with it. Because why else would Daisy get kicked off? Especially, why would she leave when this is like her moment? This is Baddies. You're graduating from Baddies Gone Wild to Baddies.
Right.
So I don't see Daisy Dukes.
I agree.
Wanting to leave.
Right.
That don't make no sense to me. To me, it's giving Rolly, which is disappointing because I was like, Daisy Dukes is someone that's going to get Rolly for her money. Like, you know what I mean? She's going to make her work.
Right.
But I don't know what the fuck happened, but that shit was whack. I was like, what the fuck? Why Daisy gotta go? That's so random.
Right. That's weird. I didn't even know that all of that was a thing. But if that is the case, then that is really insane how, Suki can bear mace an entire club with innocent people there, with security, with, all the other cast members there. And no one does anything about it. She doesn't get reprimanded. Mm-hmm. Persuasion gets reprimanded, as she should. But I just think it's interesting that Suki doesn't get reprimanded. Daisy gets sent home. You had fucking, what was that girl's name? Meeple coming on the show. Remember Meeple and Tank? Coming on the show, bringing knives and shit, threatening, but she didn't get kicked off the show.
Dolly picked up a knife and was trying to threaten.
She didn't get kicked off the show. So it's like,
I mean, fucking Tommy brought a fucking BB gun. Like,
Tommy has done all of the things under the sun, okay? And they still call her back. But now Daisy gets sent home?
But Daisy didn't even do any of that.
She didn't do shit.
She didn't even hit Rolly. I would understand, okay, maybe she attacked the new lead, so like, but she didn't even do nothing. That shit was so random and so whack, bro.
She really didn't do anything. But I want to point out something that Dolly had said in one of these episodes. So she literally says word for word, she said, "We didn't ask for therapy. We don't need no help. This is Baddies." And I thought that was so interesting because that right there is kind of like telling you the mentality that she represents. And also that's what the show represents, right? And she's fully aware of that. And I feel like that kind of like summarized the entire culture of the show, which is why what we're seeing is just constant fights with nothing to it. Like you're fighting for no fucking reason. And I'm so over it.
Some people say that Zeus did their thing by casting the perfect people, and that if the show flops, it's the girls. And I completely disagree.
I disagree too.
Everything is about production.
Yep.
Everything is about how production controls the way the scenes are set, the way the stories get told. And you could put the same girl in the same rooms, which is why when you see Ivory and DTB on Baddies compared to Now That's TV or ET, they're seen in different lights.
Right.
Because that's not because it's a different girl. It's just because it's a different production.
And it's a different contract.
Correct. And a different everything, environment. So it's just like, you know, the cast looks nice on paper, but what the fuck? Okay, so the two DJs, DJ Sky High and DJ Blue Diamond. But DJ Blue Diamond doesn't even get an intro.
Nope.
I never saw her get introed.
Nope.
Only saw DJ Sky. But then when they're performing on their show, on the last episode, they perform. You see DJ Blue Diamond on stage with next to DJ Sky. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's so many girls that just don't get introduced. Stunner Girl got an intro, even though she just showed up for a fucking performance.
It wasn't even at the rehearsal.
Wasn't at nothing.
Yep.
Like, there's just too much to keep up with. I feel like Zeus, you know what? And you know, I have a lot to talk about when it comes to Zeus, so we'll talk about at the end. Because it's like, I'm just disappointed in this season. I really am. Like, from the way it looked good.
Right. But anyone can make something look good, right? Anything can be edited to look good. But, you know, this really does fall back onto production. It really does, as well as how they organize certain scenes.
But also let me pushing for the show to get out as fast
as possible.
As he wanted it to.
Yeah.
Because it didn't need to be rushed.
Because this feels and looks severely rushed. Severely rushed.
And I pray that those editors getting fucking paid an arm and a leg and some medical benefits or something, because it's like, I can tell y'all are working overtime.
Yeah.
And it still don't look that good. No offense.
It really don't. And another thing that I want to add is, you know, going back to what I said before, even though the show has been about fighting, we kind of saw some development in the women, and there weren't so many girls. There was like a small amount. They were in the same house where we were able to see the connection with one another. We were able to see the personal development growth. We were able to get to know them.
Yes.
Whereas now you're not investing any energy in getting to know any of these girls because it's too much. They're not in the same place. So that doesn't call for like organic tension built up or like storytelling. And now it's like you got 4 shows in one show.
And you know, I don't want to be so much on the negative side where I try to look at the good, right?
Nah, but because that rehearsal show was a fucking shit show.
I feel like this whole episode has been us shitting on baddies, but I want to make it clear. I really had high expectations for this season. I thought it was going to be better than the first. Honestly, like, yeah, I may have had my doubts, but I really was hoping to get proven wrong because we watched this shit. We love baddies. That's how that's how we got here. Like, this is why we came here. So it's like crazy to not only be disappointed to this extent, but I'm also confused, guys. I see so many people that love it, that love this season, and I can't tell because a part of me really feels like Zeus is censoring the comments. A part of me genuinely feels that, and you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because you look at all the Zeus creators, the ones that recap online, the one that does the baddies recaps, the bigger creators, bigger than the petty headquarters, all of them are being silenced and being flagged and being told that, or coming out and saying they're gonna have to recap differently or tell their true thoughts on Patreon and shit like that, and have completely rebranded because Zeus is censoring a lot of these things. And I feel like because of that, it's not far-fetched to think that they're also censoring the comments to making it feel like everyone is very satisfied with the show, when in reality, not a lot of people, especially of our age, are satisfied. And also, I want to make it also, like, if you go to our Patreon, you already know a little bit of what we said about the new audience that Zeus has attracted.
Yeah, for Natalie's show.
For Natalie's show.
Cinco de Mayo show.
Right. But I'll keep it cute here. there's a lot of new audience members that haven't been seeing Baddies and what it used to be. And it's a lot of young kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just more young kids that are commenting on the comments now saying they like it. If y'all like it, let us know what you think about the season, because I really genuinely, you know, here we talk our real shit. So please comment your thoughts on how you feel about the show. Do you feel like us, or are they, do you think that they're being sent, that Zeus is censoring the comments to make it seem like it's doing well when it's not?
Yeah. I don't know. I personally, the shit was trash.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about anyone else. I think maybe if there are organic, real people saying that it's great, clearly they are coming from, I don't know, maybe Now That's TV or other shows where it's just like, as soon as it starts, fight, and that's what they like.
Right.
And I feel like that's the trajectory and the direction that Zeus is headed into.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to be like those shows on Now That's TV or other shows.
And we don't watch
It was never
that.
like that. And we made a conscious decision that we weren't going to watch Now That's TV because it was a little too much into the fighting and not so much stories. Whereas, you know, Zeus, it was a decent balance, but now it seems like with this new season, it's just fight as soon as you link up. That rehearsal was outrageous, where even some of the other girls were like, this is Baddies?
Yeah.
This is what I signed up for? The cabaret girls was like, this is Baddies. Baddies Going Wild was like, this is Baddies?
Yeah.
Everyone was shocked. Like, what the fuck? I mean, obviously, Now That Zeus girls didn't say shit because that's what they used to.
Right.
You know, the Now That's TV girls didn't say nothing. This is what they're used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't really know. I really don't know. But let's talk about Natalie and fucking Let Me Going to Coachella, because what the fuck? Okay, so you already know I'm looking at it from the transitions, the terrible B-roll transitions where you can see the masking, where they did the little thing, cool, boom.
Yep.
Then out of nowhere, you got this fucking Coachella bubbly looking transitions. You could tell that shit was a preset. That shit was a preset, looking all fucking funny and funky. And I think it gave me Baddies Gone Wild editing, because I know that's what, didn't they have those type of graphics?
No.
They didn't?
No.
They really didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they did. But it gave me Bad Girls Club, that type of funky colors.
Like the early, like, you know, TRL, MTV, early 2000s type vibe.
Yeah.
They gave that with the graphics.
Yeah. And I'm just like, do you see how inconsistent this is? Again, if the whole thing looked like that, or I don't know.
Like, this is USA. Like, why are you know what I mean?
And they're trying to fit the Coachella vibes, but still, like, who was the creatives behind this? Because it just felt like they wasn't talking. They weren't on the same department.
Yo, it was rushed.
And it was rushed. So they go to Coachella. Now you're seeing Natalie and Lemmy
taking pictures with the fans.
And it just
B-roll them on the fucking flight in the jet.
And I'm not hating, because I think Natalie, specifically Natalie Nunn, deserves that.
Yes.
For the work that she's done,
yeah.
I low-key, high-key think she deserves that. The amount of criticism that she has had in the however many years in business she's been in, I think out of all people, she deserves that.
Agreed.
But to see Lemmy next to her, it disgusts me. And I will always remind y'all how it reminds me of Diddy. And I don't give a fuck, because it's like seeing him, and he gives me the ick. He gives me the ick, especially now that we've seen more personality from him from the other shows. It's just like, bro, this dude is ugly. And he has definitely exploited the shit out of so many women. Cool, that's always been the criticism. But like, to see him in Coachella, I'm just like, bro, you didn't do the work Natalie did. You didn't go through the criticism, the shit that she had to go through to get to that point. You just rode the wave. You rode the wave. You had the money and the connects. That's literally it. Literally it.
And
because
yep.
Yeah, which is crazy that you stole from the other three investors. But you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. It really is. And just like the transitions with the Coachella thing, that shit was so, it just doesn't, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It feels like another show we have to keep up with.
Yes. Like, there is no, there's no following of anything. Like, it doesn't flow.
Not at all.
It doesn't flow at all. It's not like a good story that flows from point A to point B. It's like point A, then point Z, then point D,
Right.
then back to point A.
It's like 5 different
then
shows.
back to point F.
You're watching Natalie Nunn's personal life show
Yeah.
with the cabaret girls
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and Baddies Gone Wild here,
Yeah.
and the baddies here,
And then the Zeus girls
here.
here.
Like it's fucking
it's terrible.
It's
It's terrible.
my brain hurts.
My brain. I'm over it. But, Nat does say that the baddies will be performing next year at Coachella. I guess she's going to make that happen. I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, good for them, right? Like, cool, but
I do want to point out something, right? It was cute to see that little B-roll because it was like a break from the bullshit. But you're right. There was no flowing of the story at all. Going back to my point about is the show just being too focused on fighting overall that we just don't get any type. We don't know who the characters are. We don't get no plot. We don't get no arc. We don't get no narratives. We don't get nothing.
nope.
We don't get anything. We don't get legit conflict. We don't get tension. We don't get anything. We just get, this is baddies. Fight. Natalie Coachella.
Natalie Nunn,
Fight. Girls get to the venue. Fight. Perform. Fight. Like, and I just want to point out, Bahati having Hurricaneum's hair in the frame was fucking crazy. I laughed at that a little bit. I was like, that was a little creative. That was a little crazy. I was like, no, this bitch did not just put her hair in a frame. So it's like, for me, there are like little moments, like Bahati doing that, like fucking wet. Like, it was pretty wild, But other than that, it was like there's nothing really to it. It was empty, senseless fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man, am I tired?
But going back to Lemmy for a minute, I do know that while we were in Atlanta a couple days ago, he did go on live and he said that, they greenlit Baddies Gone Wild 3. Right?
Oh, the universe? That shit you was talking about?
Well, he's calling it now the Baddies universe. This motherfucker wants to make Marvel, bitch. Like,
Baddies Marvel, yo!
He's calling it the Baddies universe, which means they greenlit Baddies Gone Wild 3 because 2 already came out, right?
Yeah, it's out.
3, right. So they greenlit a season 3 and they greenlit this new show called Baddie Bad.
What's
Bitch.
going on? Is he losing money for real?
But that's what I'm saying. So the fact that you rushed chapter 2,
Right.
even though you have 2 other shows going on right now at this very moment,
Right.
you have Baddies Gone Wild 2 and Bad Boys. You rushed chapter 2 and now you have already greenlit season 3 of Baddies Gone Wild. Cool. But then you're making this other show called Baddie Bad. I don't understand what the fuck why is there not a different name? Like, what is this baddie thing? Like, I get it. And then he considers it in the baddie universe. We're trying to expand the baddie universe. Thank you, Natalie Nunn, because without you, it's giving desperate. Like something, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The glitz and the glam is cute, but to me, it doesn't fool me because someone who's making money on the real, why would you be pushing so many shows as if you're grasping for ratings? I don't know. A part of me genuinely feels that this season is a flop where he's desperately trying to, remember, you're paying up all these ahead of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're paying for a lot of this stuff ahead of time. So it just feels like the return isn't really returning.
Right. That's a lot of money.
So I don't know, guys. I mean, you tell me, did y'all hear about the new shows coming out? I'm pretty sure some people who are invested in the baddie stuff is excited, but I'm kind of sick of the word baddie, like baddie bad.
They're trying to make a baddies franchise. That's literally the goal.
But like baddie bad, you could make baddies without fucking using the name in the title. Baddie bad? What other baddie stuff could you possibly give us?
Baddies over 40. Baddie moms.
Baddie moms.
Mom,
watch that be another one.
Yeah. Baddie aunties.
It's crazy. And you know what makes it, like, again, going back, and I hate to just be this person, but whatever. Like, what just makes it sad is that, like, yeah, Zeus employs a lot of people of color. And that's how he makes it sound good, right? Like, that's how he's like, he takes pride in that, where he's like, I employed everyone of color. If you look at the set and everyone in production, majority of people are of color, whatever the fucking background they are. And it's like, it's just, it sucks because it's like the purpose and what it does for the community could be great, but where it's headed, it's getting too big and focused on the wrong thing.
I agree. Focus on the wrong things for sure. And then that reminds me, I remember when I was on Instagram and I saw him, he posted a fight flyer of Tasiki versus Big Lex. And I'm like, what? Don't you have like 3 shows running right now? Why are you trying to, I don't know if this was a hoax or a prank or not, but it's like, why would you even do that and be messy and stir the pot and start some type of conversation? Like, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
Because now it's you're trying to do some promotional type content for something else that you got going on. I have no idea. But like, why would you post that? Like, just why? What does that make any sense?
I don't fucking know. Let me ask you something.
Bad.
Lex was fighting Ciroc, wasn't she?
Yeah, and Kabila.
And then Tasiki
was
trying
to jump in. Yes.
I found that funny because it's like, Tasiki, you were so quick to jump in with Lex, but when Biggie was getting beat up, you was just hugging the bitch. So like, I find that interesting. Like, wow.
But even when they met up, when, Natalie did the trios, right? And when, they met up, it was weird. Tasiki had her shoes off. Like,
yeah,
why do
like
you have your shoes off?
She was ready to fight Biggie.
Right. And Biggie was like, girl, like, trying to settle shit. And they eventually settled it. But Tasiki, I felt like her energy was like, don't call me a bitch. Like, she did not.
She was ready.
She was ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wwhy do you have your shoes off for Biggie?
And then
Biggie?
And let's be real, Biggie was definitely being fake because she
100%.
Don't want to fight the
100%.
The eater. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because you could tell, like,
but it's like, Tasiki, why fight Biggie? You don't have to fight. Like, why fight Biggie? Why do you have your shoes off for Biggie?
Right.
So,
so quick for Biggie, but Summer, you was playing with, letting her rock, calling you all those names. You wasn't really giving it to her. It only took forever for you to do something to Summer.
Right.
But now all of a sudden Biggie come, your shoes is off. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, girl.
Weird. I was like, for a chick from Baltimore.
Tasiki weird, yo.
Why was your shoes off? Like,
for Biggie. Who don't fight.
For Biggie. I can't. Yo, this show is losing the plot.
It's weird,
It's weird. It's losing the plot. Overall, guys, I feel like the problem with this show, is that the fights are starting to replace the stories.
Yeah. I mean, after the concert, DTB was in her dressing room and fought Fauna, and that was a whole thing because even the girls were confused. Ivory was like, I thought it was joking.
Yeah, I thought y'all were joking.
And then it turned serious real quick.
Right.
Then
fucking DTB said, we got 40 days and 40 fades.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what the fuck, yo? You see, what is the show?
Yeah, it's crazy.
40 days and 40 fades.
It's a long time.
That's telling you it's just Fight Club, yo. It's fight night.
But
fighting for 40 days is crazy.
Y'all let us know what you think about this season so far. What fights have you been excited to see? I know there's a lot of new faces. So, I mean, are you guys excited with the amount of people? Tell us your thoughts on everything we had to say. I know we were very, I guess, we were telling you the truth. But overall, I'm sure a lot of you who like the show are going to be disappointed in our take, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, we're here to have a conversation. I am curious to know why y'all like it, so we can try to understand as well. And then we can obviously touch on that on the next episode, of course.
Maybe they like it because they feel like they just get in fights, and that's what people want to see.
Well, I don't know. So
I personally like when a fight is anticipated.
Right.
I like the anticipation. I like the buildup. I like to see like what the beef is on the show. I like to see like what happened. I want the story to follow along as to why y'all are fighting.
Right.
The fact that I don't have that anymore, it makes it boring for me.
Right.
It's empty as fuck because there's nothing for me to follow with.
Right, exactly. So again, let us know your thoughts on everything we had to say today. Again, very curious, especially this season, extremely curious to know your feedback. So please, we love to read your comments and stuff like that. And we'll definitely be addressing it on the next episode.
For sure.
Because, like I said, we're not doing the recap episode of scene by scene anymore.
Right, we're not doing scene by scene.
It's just too much to keep up with.
It's a lot.
But
And we're not about to sit here and say this one fuck this one, then this one. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. It makes no sense. Everybody fighting now. Everybody whipping on everybody. Everybody whipping on everybody. I can't keep up. So
it was kind of funny to watch DTB talking about what was it?
40 days.
No. Yo, what the fuck? You love that shit.
I was cracking up when she said
It's
it.
like the fourth time you said it.
I was like, why would you say that? But what?
What's her song?
All you bitches think you tough.
Line that shit up.
Line that shit up, ho.
Why she say line that shit up? There's a bunch of bitches fighting.
Everybody's fighting. I'm like,
Three
this is
split screens while we watch everyone fight while fucking DTV performs.
Chaotic. I was like, are you fucking? Y'all might as well throw the baddie dogs in there. Have them start fighting too.
No.
Have them start fighting too. That's how fucking shitty this shit was.
Nah, you crossing the line.
Fucking shitty.
Let's not. She's
All
just
these
talking
damn
out her
shit.
ass. Don't listen to her. She's unhinged now. Talking about dog. What the
Throw
fuck?
the baddie
No.
dog.
Get out of here.
Throw honest dog in that bitch.
Get out of here.
Honest dog wanted to fight.
Get
yo.
out of here. Crossing the line.
All right, yo. Well, with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at it's.TianaLock. You guys can find us on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You guys can find us on YouTube, all podcast platforms, and Patreon at The Petty Headquarters. Exactly. So, y'all, with that being said,
This was your weekly dose of mess.